What are your most disgusting stories? One night, I returned home a bit hungry. The only food I had around was a can of Pringles that had been sitting on the counter with the lid off for a few days. Not knowing any better, I poured some of the crumbs into my mouth. They were hard, but not crisp anymore. Man, these are so stale, I thought. It was difficult, but I forced them down, for some reason. I repeated this process 2 more times, pouring the stale Pringle crumbs into my mouth and chewing them up, before I remembered that I had put my toenail clippings into that morning. It makes no sense. First off, why do you put your toenail clippings in a Pringle box? Secondly, how do you forget and then decide to eat them 3 times? Probably the time I threw up in my sister's eye. I had just chugged a Pepsi and my sister was lying down on her bed. With a glint of evil in my eyes, I leaned over, getting ready to let out the largest belch that was stirring in me. She looks up at me and I get ready to release this horrid belch on her face. Instead of a belch, I threw up a vial of Pepsi in her eye. She ran to the bathroom screaming, "You threw up in my eye, oh my god, it burns!" I was laughing so hard I ended up throwing up on myself. One morning before school, my brother and sister were eating breakfast, Rice Krispie treats to be exact. Just my brother took a huge spoonful, he suddenly got the urge to sneeze. He attempted to hold it back, but realized that it wasn't an option, and turned his head to sneeze while flailing his arms, trying to stop the sneeze. Well, he turned, looked straight at my sister, and just let it fly. Rice Krispie treats all over her face and in her hair, which made her start to dry heave, which made my mom start to dry heave, and became full circle and made my brother start to dry heave. What a wonderful morning. I feel like none of these stories don't make sense, because usually if you're about to throw up, you look in the other direction, but maybe that's just me. I don't know how you can burp and don't feel the pile of the throw up in you. How do you not feel that? I don't know. It's never happened, so I don't really know. But if it did, then I don't know what I would do. I couldn't think of anything to say there. I jumped into my father's car. I was very thirsty, and lucky for me, I found a half bottle of lemonade. So I quickly unscrewed the cork and took some big juicy gulps from it. When I suddenly felt how it tasted, I quickly removed it from my lips and to see several big lumps of mold in it, and somehow I didn't throw up or get sick. It makes my stomach hurt, because then you like feel the chunks go down. That'd make me sick. Like my stomach literally hurts from reading all this. I really do not feel good reading this. You drank the mold, the pieces of mold. I'm at a loss for words, it's so disgusting. I really feel sick. I accidentally drank a year-old open Mountain Dew. I was in my uncle's basement, and I set my dew down. The next sip I took was from a half-full one I left there the last time I was down there. I ran out the door and threw up on the lawn immediately after tasting the 2 chunks of who knows what. How do you accidentally drink a year-old bottle? It's really gross, like... When you take out a Mountain Dew, right, isn't it cold? Like, I'm pretty sure Mountain Dews are cold, right? They even feel different. I feel like a year-old bottle would feel a bit different than a not-year-old bottle. And you didn't even look, like when you put it up to your mouth, you didn't see it? You didn't see the chunks? It makes me so sick to my stomach. So I think I'm done here. If I read any more, I'm gonna throw up.